Welcome to Bears in Exile. Today is Monday, October 22nd, and this is the market overview. Looking at everything that we look at every single night, and that's about it. Okay, so I missed everything today. Really stinks, but what can you do? Beyond that, Friday had the big nasty sell-off. We were coming into an area where it could be caught for a few reasons. And we were waiting to see what would happen next. Well, it's very interesting. I mean, I didn't get to see any of this until way after the market closed. On one hand, you can look at this candle and say, oh, well, this is fantastic. This is a reversal. And certainly it could be. I mean, hitting and piercing bottom of this channel that we had drawn out and bouncing back up essentially to unchanged, making a new recent low, but making a hammer at the bottom of a range, suggesting time for bounce up. Very nice. So initially bullish, right? I can't disagree with that. We're starting to get a tiny blip in the heat map for a bottoming area, and with the exception of the RSI, everything is still heading down. So time for a bounce? Yeah, it really looks that way. Do I think that it's going to bounce all the way to the top, or run away, break out, etc., etc.? I don't know that it's time for that either. Simply because if we move back some, all that we really have is really good alignment with the 14-day RSI moving average, which is moving towards the bottom, and it's moving in tandem with the CCI, the stochastics. Not quite the RSI, but I think that'll turn back down again. Moving down with the MACD and the MACD histogram. Does this look healthy beyond a bump up? No, it doesn't. The picture will really need to change for me to believe that it's time for it to bounce hard, but yeah, it could be proven wrong tomorrow. And certainly, I mean, the formation and everything, channel and the candle and all that other stuff, it's just, it really, really looks like it's time for it to bounce. I'm just going to give these the benefit of the doubt for the moment, because, I mean, those are what should really be trusted. But, so, tomorrow, key. We'll see what happens. And, another factor of this is on all the other presidential debates, the other two, Romney and Obama, we rallied up into the close. Is that at work again here today? I have to wonder. I didn't get to watch it, so 60-minute time frame. All right, maybe we can get a little more color to this. You can see the initial sell-off and bump back up. A little bit of a pierce on that bottom channel. Definite bottoming area. We noted that on Friday, and trying to work itself off. Beyond that, everything moving to the upside, and most notably MACD histogram, which we noted was moving up. So a bounce should be in order, and now there's more development on it. Would seem that 60-minute time frame, yeah, there should be more to the upside, absolutely. And where should it be going? I would think right here, the major price consensus level, from a little time period back. That would be, yeah, that would be nice. I mean, that would be almost the halfway point of big red candle from Friday. So that makes sense to me. Lines up with the long-term moving average bar. That's the first place I'd be looking for. And the 14-day RSI moving average running out of momentum pretty darn quickly. This one turns up, we'll absolutely have a bounce. And the question will just be how high. Not exactly as clear as I would like, but it is what it is. SPX, more of the same. No need to rehash too much. We have that hammer barely piercing the lower trend line of the channel. And yeah, I mean, it looks like this is a great place for it to have a bounce. but longer term, very questionable. Alright, maybe something else can tell us something useful. Here we are with the VIX. We talked about on Friday, busting out of the recent high, very nice. Today, and closing just above the upper Bollinger Band. Today, gapping above it, bad thing to do, and retreated, very nice. It did get a pierce on the 200-day moving average, which is positive, but still a good ways away from the recent high, the previous high, but it did close this gap right here. How about that? That's a good thing and it's a bad thing. Good thing, it's filled. Bad thing, if all of that it wanted to do was do this, it's been accomplished. So, beyond that, we still have everything moving to the upside. Secondaries, 14-day RSI moving average. It is getting a little bit toppy in the shorter period of time frame, but still should be good until it stops. If we zoom out some, we do see that the CCI is massively high. That could be a warning sign. Have it do a little bit of a reset, be completely natural, while everything else still continues to move up. Just need to see tomorrow. It's just done a little too much, a little too fast, in my opinion. Going on to TNA, small caps. Now look at this one. This one's pretty darn interesting. We noted in past videos that this has had much more development than SPX, and we can see that with the 14-day RSI moving average already getting pretty darn low when we're only looking at 3 months, and we're right at the bottom of the lower channel, which is coming in with the 200-day moving average. That should make for good support if it just goes sideways or slightly lower, etc. We do have a bottoming area forming in the heat map still. We still have everything else moving down. If we pull back some, intermediate time frame, it still looks bearish. So I'm just so curious as to how it's going to play with both the lower trend and the 200-day moving average. I mean, it seems like that's a great place for it to bounce. There's not enough information. UUP, the dollar. Yeah. Essentially doing absolutely nothing today. But holding above that lower trend line from this wedge. So that is good. That is good. And consolidation between these 2 points, I'm totally cool with that. Everything is still moving up, with the exception of the CCI going sideways. Daily doesn't look bad to me. Consolidation above that trend line, it's not a bad thing. And USO oil. Oil is bullish. Market is bullish. We had that break of this ascending trend line on Friday, and it continued on down. Not quite getting to the previous low, but getting pretty close. We do have a blip in the heat map suggesting that this is overdone. We are closed outside the lower Bollinger Band. Should get a move up. Stochastic still moving down, CCI moving down, RSI moving down, histogram moving down, MACD going for a bearish cross, not complete yet, and 14-day RSI moving average moving on up. This does look like a secondary reset, going to be coming to a close here really soon, if not even sooner than that. But regardless, meet up with the 14-day, turn around, and move up. I'm not overly bearish on this beyond maybe a double bottom. And I don't even know if it's going to get there. I mean, outside the lower Bollinger Band. Very big move. Anyways, just need more information. Moving on to CompQ, the NASDAQ. Ah, look at that. New recent low today, but was able to run back up. It still has the midpoint of the big red candle to deal with. Still has the top of the big red candle to deal with. We do have a bottoming area in the heat map. And yeah, this doesn't look bad. As a matter of fact, we have positive divergence in the MACD histogram in the daily time frame. Takes us back up to this point right here, which is just about the halfway point of the big red candle. So that would be completely natural. I think that it will happen. 3040 is the level. We already have the CCI leveling out, the RSI ticking up. Everything else is still moving down, but that's okay. Get a few moving together before it really takes off. I would like to see that. I would really like to see that, and then we'll see what it wants to do. But that's what it looks like to me. And going on to Apple. Yeah. How about that? That looks yeah, had that partial gap fill from Friday, right at the lower Bollinger Band, and able to really do a nice reversal today, getting an uptick. Uptick gives us a target just barely shy of $6.40, $6 to the upside from here. Not the biggest move, but still, it is what it is. We had that bottoming area in the heat map Friday, and it looks like things want to move up. MACD histogram still ticking up in a very choppy fashion. MACD ticking up, RSI ticking up, stochastics trying to turn, CCI ticking up, and only the 14-day RSI moving average being the main holdout. This looks like a really nice little reversal, but $6 to the upside, and then we have to see what it wants to do. I wish there was more to say beyond that. GE. Yeah, trying to get a better read on the Dow. And look at that. Another reversal signal. Very nice hammer outside the lower Bollinger Band. And able to still close above the lower price consensus level. Starting to make a blip on the heat map for bottoming, but it is early. Everything else is still moving down. And if we zoom out a little bit, yes, there's more room to move to the downside, but look at that blip on the MACD histogram. That's pretty darn extreme. And you know, normally when you're getting that low, you're at a short-term bottom. So, is this bullish or is it bearish? I would say that it is definitely more bullish than bearish, at least in the very short term. Yep. JP Morgan, the banks, we had the downtick on Friday. It was resolved intraday. We wanted to see what it would do next. It actually ended up going lower, but with a reversal hammer candle. But other than that, I mean, we do have really good alignment for more downside. Really good alignment. I don't know if I trust this as a good reversal signal. That's very, very questionable to me. I don't know what to say beyond that. We still have ascending lows. I suppose what we actually need is a bounce and form a lower high. And then we have a trend reversal and these will play out. But that would be optimal. So, I guess we'll wait and see if that happens, but I'm not really willing to do anything except wait for that kind of a signal. Very questionable. And XLF, the financials as a whole. Also a hammer after the resolution of the downtick target on Friday. This isn't a bad sign at all. Matter of fact, I like this a heck of a lot better than JP Morgan because notice the 14-day RSI moving average, it's low, it's not high. We could get a secondary reset, before joining up with the 14-day and going back up to the top. But overall, this one certainly much more strength and much better positioning, layout, etc. For a move up. It has not nearly as much room to move to make a higher high and preserve the higher highs and ascending lows. Very interesting, very different. And GLD. Little bump up today. Where did it stop? Midpoint of the big red candle. Should be resistance, which turns out it is. Small bottoming area in the heat map, but nothing spectacular. 14-day RSI moving average still moving down, and everything else trying to get a tick up. This could be coming to its conclusion here really soon, so I'd be waiting to see what happens with this. There's not enough information really to take a direction, but yeah, this is encouraging for gold in my opinion. And there it is, pretty mixed. We have all kinds of things begging for a bounce immediately, and we have longer term indicators saying there needs to be more to the downside. So a very mixed bag, and I'm very curious to see what the bounce, if there is one, looks like tomorrow. It should reveal a lot. I'm hoping it reveals a lot, and that's about it. As always, all investing decisions are your own. This chart and video for entertainment, educational, and consumption of time purposes only. Thank you very much.